Hello there, I'm JGames99 and this is Loadout. Loadout is a third-person shooter, which you don't see many of them these days. But the thing that makes the Loadout special and different from other shooters is the fact that you can create your own custom weapons. So instead of just having preset weapons like you can get this shotgun and this machine gun, you make your own weapons in the weapon crafting section, which I will show you right now. So this is the weapon crafting. These two weapons you start off with. These are weapons that I made. Quite proud of them. But anyway, we're not here to see those. So let's create a new weapon, create a name for it later, and this is the weapon crafting. Here's our weapon. It's currently a beam weapon. The four different types of weapons are rifle, launcher, pulse, and beam. Now, depending on what you want, you can get different levels of things. Now, for a lot of them, I prefer beam to a lot of them, because beam has a lot of upsides to the rest of them. Like, just, beam is better in a lot of senses. Beam is just sort of neutral. Launcher does more damage, rifle has a higher rate of fire, pulse is better for, you know, taking away health and giving health. But let's just make a beam weapon to show you how it works. Now, over here we have the different types of bullets you can use. You can use slug, Tesla, pyro, health, and the juice. I'll show you what each of these does. So let's start with the slug. And you can just pick out some cooling. These just change the amount of damage and accuracy you have. So I'll set this to a spooling sniper heatsink slug beam weapon. And now let's test it out. So you are basically just dropped in game and you can test out your weapon. So this is what I built. It's a pretty good weapon. Like one of the pretty good weapons that I've seen. The game can be quite gory at times, by the way, just so you know. F2 do a melee attack. That's really useful if you're like cornered. So you can just sort of attack someone and then they'll try to kill you and you just punch them in the back. And that happens. I've never seen that happen before. But yeah, we can just return to the weapon crafting and say we didn't like that. Say we want something that sets people on fire and is a rocket launcher, which will explode into a bunch of miniature explosions and goes off after a certain amount of time. So we can do that. Spool it up and do that. Still has a long range scope. That's what that weapon does. Let's just randomize the weapon, see what we get. So. Okay, so this is a bolt-action Tesla rifle. Let's see what else there is. Boring. This is a healing gun. Shoots out bouncing pulses. So you can just sort of aim those at a person and shoot them. That'll heal them, and as you can see, it'll also heal you in the top corner over there. It also overheals you for a limited amount of time, but that goes away eventually. But that's pretty much the weapon crafting, and that's sort of the main bit of this game. The juice over here is sort of just, it gives you buffs. It makes you faster and stronger. Like, let me just shoot one of these upwards. Oh, I just need to get myself. Makes you faster and makes your weapon stronger. So that's that. I already have a couple of loadouts already built, so we're just gonna use one of those. Don't save the weapon. So I have a pyromaniac, which uses a sort of shotgun type thing, and this sort of, it's sort of just a sticky bomb launcher. And then I got two beam weapons. One's just a sort of Tesla weapon, and then the other is a healing weapon. So, I am going to go into a fight. against some bots. And I will see you in game if this takes too long. It probably won't. But hey, I'll still see you in game, nevertheless.
New control point activated.
So I am going to play as the scientist this round, just to show you how it works. As you can see, you can give your guys different outfits using the money that you earn.
2 captures remain.
And just basic controls that are in any other shooter. Shift to run. Right click to zoom in.
Activated.
And you can fire with right mouse click. This is a sort of capture point where you gotta go over to the point and sort of just capture it.
Control point lost. The enemy has 4
as we
captures
failed
remaining.
to do there, because the enemy captured that point, but now another control point will appear somewhere.
New control point
Somewhere nearby.
activated.
And hopefully we can get this one, because I don't want to show you guys a losing game. The upside about the Tesla weapons is that when you fire, it will arc on the nearby enemies. So, say you don't exactly get them, if you miss slightly, it will still hit them, it just won't do a lot of damage. So, as long as there's somebody nearby it,
The enemy has
you'll
3
get it.
captures remaining.
So you don't exactly have to be accurate. Well, you don't have to be
New
very
control
accurate
point
if you have Tesla.
activated.
But I mainly like Tesla for the crowd control, because it can attack multiple people at once. I also made this a sniper rifle because why not? So next time I die, I am going to switch classes, which is apparently now. So I will switch to my pyro and
Control
display
point
to
has
you
been
these
captured.
weapons.
1 capture remains.
Alright, this is the last capture. Hopefully it's one of these. I want one that's nearby and I
New
can get to
control
quickly.
point activated.
Oh, that's close enough. So this is my sort of shotgun type thing.
You have lost a control point. The enemy has 2
Those are
captures
proximity
remaining.
mines.
New control point activated.
Fire is really good for doing a lot of damage. I think fire does the most damage of any of them. The fire proximity mines are really helpful on the hammer maps. Hammer maps are just sort of the game mode that they use to sort of, instead of capture the flag, it's a hammer. And so you can, instead of just having to carry the flag back, you can use the flag, or in this game, it's a hammer. You can use the hammer to kill people, and that'll increase the value of the hammer. So, once we win this game, I think I'm gonna end the video here.
A control point has been captured.
There we go. We are victorious. And that is pretty much the game. So yeah,
New control
that has
point
been Loadout.
activated.
I will leave the game, and I will leave you guys with that. I'll probably be doing a couple more videos on this game, because this is very fun. I highly suggest you buy it. It's still in beta, so it's not completely finished yet. They're still working on it. But other than that, I think that's it. I'm JGames99. Goodbye.